Yo, 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 welcome back to Crazy Bowl TV. Thank you so much for joining me for another edition of What ManDem saying. Well, go on, my people. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. Why does it look like I've become a little bit, I got a little tan on myself. Production today sorry for being late. We had a few technical difficulty, as you can see. Got me a little bit more darker than what I'm supposed to, but who cares? Who cares? It's big news, big news. How are y'all doing? Glad that the community is here. Hope all you guys are doing well. Welcome, welcome. Please walk in. Please, please, please come in. Sit down, relax. Just be easy. Just be easy. Big news are going. Big news popping. Big news popping left and right. We don't know what's going on. We got a lot to talk about. Big up to all my people, man. Welcome, welcome. Please come in. While you are coming in, hit the like button. Hit the like button. How you doing? I see my people in the house. We're going. What's going on, people? Walk in. Let's do some house cleaning. You know what I mean? Let's see what's going on with everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope all y'all doing. Just like my man Ale saying, he said, big up Kwesi. What a wistful day. Of course, it's a very, very wistful day. I hope you're having a very wistful day yourself. Big up to ManDem. Honesty is in the house already with the news. We're going to get into it in a little bit. But before we do, you guys know the deal. Please, let's get the likes up. Today, we're going to get 50 likes. Minimum. Today, we have to get 50 likes. It cannot be less than 50. Otherwise, we are not ending the stream. Whether my voice go or not, as you can see, I'm prepped for this. Make sure I clear my throat. Pause. You know what I mean? I'm out here messing up. Unbelievable. Big up to y'all. How y'all doing? Welcome in. Please hit the like button as you are walking in. Share, subscribe, get the likes up. Come on, people. Let's get the likes up before we continue. But big up to ManDem in the building. Big news as of yesterday. Let's just get on some of the news here. We got our residence forecaster. He already given us some. What are you saying? He said Kluivert on the likelihood. What? Kluivert on the likelihood of Bournemouth's teammate Kirkers joining Liverpool. He will probably go there. I hope so for him. He hasn't really said goodbye yet, but I hope he will make it happen. We will see. We're not going to rush. We know all this deal is being done regardless of what people say. It's a slow burner. True. But we will see. We will see how it progresses. It's been the same news for about 2 weeks straight. When is he leaving? When is he coming? We will talk about Kirkers. Keep an eye on Gerald Kwanzaa because there is another one. He said keep an eye on Gerald Kwanzaa because there's an interest from the Bundesliga clubs also in England. So I believe a chance of him go in transfer window. Okay, Fab, we got you. Bayer Leverkusen and Lower Bade to their short list for their new center back in addition to Gerald Kwanzaa. Are you saying Hincapié is on his way to Liverpool? Is that what you're saying, Honesty? I mean, are you throwing hints? Bade appreciate internally and no one more after contact for Kwanzaa. Separate deal from Wirtz. Yes, we did say that. Federico Chiesa loves Liverpool. He loves the fans, the atmosphere, the teammates, and the coach too, but he needs to play. He wants to play. So return to Sierra is a strong possibility. A lot of people have already said that, but not in advance at this stage. From Fabricio Senegal. Yes, sir. Senegal Jollof was very strong, huh? right? Senegal Jollof, which is the original, I won't say the original, is the originator. The originator of this jollof here had to show how it's made, and they put their foot on, what? Big up to Senegal. Production is getting replaced like it. That's what has to happen, man. That's what has to happen. English media dilly-dally about transfers. Dutch media, are you going or not? Yes or no? Time for no nonsense. That's what I'm saying, though. So, big up to ManDem. Please keep coming in, Hit the like button. Let's get this thing up. Let's get this thing up to 50 likes. Big up to ManDem. Kabak is in the building. He said, it's really Wirtz Wednesday. Is it for real this time? Brother, why you act like you have doubt in your throat? Why do you have doubt in your voice, man? Speak with your chest. Is he coming? Why are you having doubt, man? I have questions. My man, what's going on? Do you have doubt that Wirtz is coming to Liverpool? Is that what you're saying? I mean, at this point, what else is there to say, people? You know what I mean? At this point, what is there to say? We have told you guys everything. Some people have just every day gone in and Wirtz is here, Wirtz is here. Yeah, we kept it the same, said they are still talking. This deal is too big to just say, boom. That's why there is a fight between Osteen and Fabrizio right now. Osteen went on Spurs. He went on Sky Sports and said the clubs haven't said anything yet, but we know where this is going. Fabrizio, on the other hand, said, "Bump that. This thing is done." But then he came back. But if you listen to him carefully, he tells you that almost done. He always put that almost done in there, right? So it's basically he and David are saying the same thing. It's just that Fabrizio has put the here we go. And usually when you hear the here we go, you automatically assume that it's done. And most of the time when he uses the here you go, it is done. Correct? So the difference between them two is David wants to get the facts, right? He wants to get the hard numbers that comes with this deal so that he can report it. And usually that's how the clubs, they do it, right? They want to give all the numbers because the numbers that we're being told and the one that my sources have told me, it's not what is being reported. And if you listen to most of this 140, 150, even David even said it, that Liverpool is not going to pay that high. Liverpool is not going to pay that high. So is it going to be in the hundreds? Yes. But it's not going to be the crazy number that people are talking about. You know what I mean? So do I believe that it's done? I believe it's done. They just ironing out a few details here and there, and then it's official when we see, well, when he signs it. But for us fans, when we see him fly to go do his medical, then we know it's over. Right? So for us fans, when he flies to go, we see him on his way to do his medical, then we know it's over. Right now, he's on vacation, right? He's finished the games with the Nations Cup. So he's on vacation. He's just chilling, and he's getting he's ready. At any time, he could be called upon to go do his medical. So at this point, I don't think there's a big thing different between what Osteen and Fabrizio is saying, right? The thing is, maybe Fabrizio might have pop off the gun a little bit too soon with the here we go. But I'm pretty sure they both have the same sources per se. right? Who tells them the same thing? But both of them, Fab wants to be the first one. I'm pretty sure David wants to be the first one. All of them want to be the first one. But the funny thing is, the English Junos, Joyce, James, all of them, they're all behind at least 5 days. Excuse me. They're all behind at least 5 days. All of them are behind 5 days. And it's funny that the guy that even Fabrizio used to reference, his name, I think it was Buying Space. I think that guy has to stop posting on his social media. He's the one that from day one has been consistent in knowing the numbers. He said it. The numbers that has been reported is not the correct one. The idea is the time. The reason why it's taking so long is the structure of all the payments. Every promise that Liverpool said they were going to make based on the promise, it's big. That's it. The promises they're making based on the payments has to be ironed out. So if Liverpool said we're going to give you 50 million cash, when are you giving us the cash? They'll be like, I'll give it to you tomorrow. Okay, let's get it. I want to get it this time. Boom, 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 because we're trying to get this player. And then if you want to believe it, some people believe that Liverpool are the reason why they got the goalkeeper for cheap, which is Flecken for 11 million. That's some of Liverpool dealing. And then we send our player, our goalkeeper to Brentford, also for cheap. So we all kind of help each other out, right? I don't think that's necessarily the case because Kelleher was 1 year left. So even if we could have made more money, we would have making that much money. Last year we could have made 44 million if we sold him to Chelsea, but we kept him. So that's what it is. But let me get back to the community. As you guys know, this is a community show. And this also reminds me of, was it last year? No, 2 years ago, the Caicedo situation, where I think Ornstein was more towards Liverpool have done the deal, but he just said Liverpool had offered Brighton 110 million. And then Fabrizio's like, there's no deal. The player hasn't said yes, there's no deal. And it was the same thing going back and forth between those two. So it kind of gave me the same vibe of between those two. But those two, they respect each other. And, even if you listen to David is like, respect to anybody else who thinks the deal is done. But from the club, there's no deal. Yeah, I mean, not official yet, right? So it's just two power players trying to get their stuff across. Ale say it's done. We can relax now. See, I like how Ale is speaking. He's speaking with his chest, right? They guys say it's because Nabil Fekir burned me before. That one, I'm telling you, that one wasn't on us. That was his people, his handlers decided that they wanted to be greedy. They agreed to a deal, turned around and said, oh, actually, we want this, we want that, we want this, we want that. And then Klopp was like, nah. And at that time, that's one of the few moments where Klopp and Edwards agree on something. Oh, you out of here. Get out of here with that nonsense. You know what I mean? We kicked him out. That's why that deal never went through. We came up with we didn't even came up with the excuse. Somebody reported. Somebody reported that his knee, which wasn't true. But yeah, no, Liverpool do not go for a player that the player hasn't said they want to come. So Luis Diaz yesterday cooked ManDem. Want him sold 2 bit of time to get over his 2 big injuries, but now I feel he feels. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Liverpool fans, some of Liverpool fans act like Arsenal fans. We told you guys that this guy has been having surgery. He has a career-ending injuries. And a lot of you guys are like, nah, bum him, let's sell him, let's sell him, let's sell him. We're like, no, this guy's style of play is he goes lateral. His movements are always lateral, side to side, side to side. So getting those injuries, it messes up with your mind. You are always worried that you're going to re-injure yourself. Hence the reason why we kept telling people, karma. But Liverpool fans, a lot of Liverpool fans are microwave fans. They want it instant. Nah, it has to be now. Remember, they did the same thing with Gravenberg. Now they're kissing on Gravenberg bum-bums, right? They want the same thing with Szoboszlai. I want to see what happens when Szoboszlai start banging those 40-yard shots. If they go, oh, I just want the best for Liverpool. If you want the best for Liverpool, then be quiet and watch the people who know what they're doing do their job instead of always complaining. Okay, I'm going to stop. But back to it again. Right? Diaz is balling. That's what I told people. I don't think we should sell him. The only way we sell him is if Diaz decides to leave. Will he get a new contract? I don't know. I think Liverpool wants to give him something, but he feels that he's worth something else. And that will be the sticky point. You see what I mean? But right now, there's nobody better than Diaz on the left side. I've told you guys who I want, Rodrigo and Nico Williams. And even them, they are coming in to revitalize their game because they haven't been playing well in a long time. Rodrigo hasn't played well in a while. He hasn't played left. His favorite is left side. But he got Mbappe and Vinicius ahead of him. Right? So, and then Nico Williams, in terms of output, he hasn't been that good. But these are players that if they come to your club and you have a good structure and everything is online, they could fall. The upside is higher than the low side, the downside. So Nico Williams or Rodrigo, if Diaz were to move on, those are the two that I'm looking at. When it comes to Wirtz deal, I believe the German journals, because the English media are mad behind. Exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. The German journals on this one, they've been ahead of everybody. They've been ahead at least 5 days behind. Ahead of everybody. And they go straight to the point. Hence the reason why we even heard the news about Wirtz and his family in England. Remember, they said he met Liverpool. Homeboy, what's his name? Cover from Sky Sport went in live. Oh, yeah, he was here, but he wasn't here for Liverpool. As a matter of fact, I think it was City that, he wanted to talk to Pep, but it didn't happen, blah, blah, blah. He made up a whole story, but then yet the whole German press was like, no, this guy came to England, his family came to England to meet up with Liverpool in London. As it was going on, as everybody saying, yes, this guy's family is here, which his family is his representatives, he's on Sky Sport telling everybody, nah, it's not true, it's not true. Now we are here. Now he's looking foolish. That's the same thing that's going on right now. So I would prefer to, just like you, read what the ManDem from Germany are saying rather than what those people, on Sky Sports and Talk Sports will be saying. So we need to keep Lucho and give him a better contract. He stays. I agree. 1,000%. Big up to Tamizi, man. Good to see you, brethren. Good to see you. Glad that you're in the building. It's only 118 GBP, right? Includes all bonuses and add-ons. Okay, so they wanted 126. Liverpool from day one said we are not paying anything close to 126. This is the reason why this thing has been taking so long. They wanted 126, which comes up to 150 million euros. Liverpool from day one made it clear to the player and his club, we will not pay 126. That's why, now you know. My sources told me that. That's why this whole thing has been taking long. So, which is a negotiation. And this is the reason why I was in the camp that this will happen. The fact that Liverpool was honest from day one, and the player said, they're not gonna pay the asking price, but they're gonna negotiate. And he says, you know what? Bomb City, bomb Bayern, the two that we know for sure, but there's also other clubs. There's a lot of clubs that went after him, and he said it was a non-starter for them. A lot of clubs was there, but it was non-starter for them. So we told them, and they were willing to negotiate, and he was willing to say, take a risk, and said they might not agree on a fee, because Liverpool has said we are not paying anything close to what your asking price is. The fact that he even to hear that, and his reps are still saying, you know what, we're gonna roll with Liverpool, that says a lot. You see what I'm saying? So we told them we're not paying the asking price. We're not even gonna get close to the asking price. So just, let's talk. Hence the reason why there's been a lot of delay. Now, of course, because there's a lot of delay, there's a lot of these clickbaiters and fake Junos who start making stories because they were not being fed. Most of them are second-hand fed or third-hand fed, right? They started making things up. And of course, this fan base who are so reactionary, who have no patience, stop jumping into that. Oh, I heard this. Oh, I heard that. Oh, this and that. No. So the actual fee, personally, I think is going to be below 118. And honestly, we're not going to know it until in October, when all the filing and the taxes, especially on the England side, has been filed. That's when you know actually what the actual price is. Usually what they purport is not the right price. It's always not the right price. The only time it becomes the right price is when the taxes has been filed, because Liverpool has to file the taxes in England. Leverkusen has to file taxes in Germany. The player also has to file taxes to letting people or wherever he's playing know how much his wages are. So sometimes they will come out, oh, I'm making 400,000, and he's like, he's gonna file. The taxman will come in. So you making 400,000? We want our 20%, and he said, no, I'm not even making that close. That's where you know the actual numbers. But I believe, for argument's sake, let's just say 118 is what everybody's saying. But I strongly believe it's below that, including add-ons. And Ali said, I believe Fab. They have been behind 1 week, in my opinion. Exactly. That's what I was saying. I used to read Brian Space's long novels he posted. He doesn't anymore. The last one, I think, was May 23, when everybody jumped on in this, right? Big up to Loss. Loss is in the building. Big up, man. Good to see you. Brian Space is going through some personal issues, so he's off Twitter for now. Okay. If it's true, prayers and positive vibe towards Brian, and hopefully he will come up on top. We get Florian the Wizard. They get Kwanzaa. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. That's how you do business, huh? That's how you do business. That's how you do business. Sabosla, a.k.a. Ross Runner. He's a road runner. What are you saying, Kabak? Apparently, Leverkusen also won Kwanzaa in a separate deal to replace Ta. Yep. That is strongly suggested. Duran is looking like he's from Panama at the moment. He's not playing well. Sabosla has been good last season, in my opinion. Yes, he has. Again, reactionary microwave Liverpool fans otherwise. But people who know football knows he's been playing well. Liverpool XG difference was just 0.1 short of the combined total of Arsenal and Man City in the 24-25 season. Nah, keep Diaz. Nah, we keeping Diaz, man. We keeping Diaz. Unless you bring him them two, because them two, either Nico or Rodrigo, they're gonna go behind Gakpo. Just because I'm saying bring him doesn't mean they're coming in, they're starting. We got another player who's been balling too. See, people Diaz has been getting the headlines. But the only reason why he's been balling is because he has somebody who was on his neck who was also doing the same thing by the name of Cody Gakpo. And Gakpo is still killing it in the Nations League, right? So it's what it is, man. It's not just Nico's coming in and, he's starting. No, brother. We got another baller out here. This is not where you came from, where you the only Dondada. We got a whole bunch of them. Yes. He said, Kabe said Wirtz was shopping for mansions in Manchester, That brother, I believe he is the biggest, he is the biggest tap-in. He goes to Sky Sports and say the same thing, a whole bunch of words, without saying anything. That brother, I told you, he was the one that says, they came to England, but they didn't come to see Liverpool. Brother, I mean, and while he was saying that, everybody in Germany was like, yo, this brother is representative at talking to Liverpool. This guy's on Sky Sports. Liverpool like him, but, basically saying that we ain't got the cash to get him. Now, look at us now. That Diaz goal was ridiculous, man. He made Argentina look like peanuts. Isak or Alvarez will happen later in the window. I have belief. Thank you. You see, you should pay me for getting you to believe that all the hard work that I've done, it's paying off. And we will talk about that. Right now, we are feeling Wirtz right now. So let's just keep talking about Wirtz for a little bit and the whole tit for tat between. I don't call it tit for tat, but we are content creator. We create drama. So let's make it what it is. It's Fab versus David. That's all. Big up to your people. People, please hit the like button. Let's get me to 50 likes today. Come on, people. Let's get to 50 likes. There's over 100 of you guys in the building. Let's get between X and YouTube. Let's get to 50 likes. Come on, people. Come on. Tell your friends. Share, please. Share, subscribe. We are 50 away from 500. And you guys know the deal. When we get to 500, as a community, we're going to pick a day that we will do the call-in show. So I'm saying, though, getting to 500 is not just something for me to be like, yeah, I got to 500. No, the call-in show. You guys requested it. I have to deliver. So help me. As they say, help me, help you, right? The same thing we do in Leverkusen. Help us and we help you. And we did. We gave you a goalkeeper for cheap. Bayer Leverkusen have contacted Liverpool to explore the signing of Kwanzaa. Okay. Personally, that's where I want Kwanzaa to go. Elliott and Kwanzaa needs to go to Germany or Spain. If they stay in the Prem, their career is done. They're not going to grow. They will not grow. If they do, kudos to them. But I'm saying they need to move on. Go to Germany, learn a different, especially Elliott. Go to Germany, learn a different way of playing, because right now he has plateaued. He has hit the wall. He doesn't know whether he should play like Salah. This thing of always bring the ball to the left. No, bro. You need to work on your right foot, even though you're left foot dominant. You got to learn. He has to learn. Otherwise, he's not going anywhere. Brazy, big up yourself. Kwesi, it's too early to talk back-to-back prems. It's never too early. What did I tell you, people? I want dominance. If we go back-to-back, that means we dominated. That's why I say winning the league alone is not enough. It has to come with something. Champions League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, something. You know what I mean? That's why Liverpool is still trying to get things done. They're not spending all this money just to come in top 4 or top 2. No. We out here because the next 5 years, and you guys also heard, Arne Slot, after all this, Arne Slot contract is the next one they're going to be talking about. It's not just going to be Ibu. It's not going to be Diaz. Arne Slot's contract is also going to be talking about. So the owners are all on board. We about to dominate this thing. So, Brother Brazy, say it, and then say it for the next year, 26-27, that we need a third peat. Big up, Jimmy Stars in the building. Big up, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. Mio mentally. Okay. I don't know what that means. But Kwesi, how are the FSG out ManDem celebrate this big transfer? Are they going to party or just be mean mugging the rest in the club? Have you ever seen a gangster try to smile or laugh? That's how they are. They are the party. Inside, they are mad, but outside, they want to be like, oh, we are part of the party too. We party, but inside is killing them. That's not what they want. It is hurting them to their bones, if you know what I mean. So that's what it is, man. That's what happened when you decide to stay on the wrong side of history. And that goes both ways, in or out. I mean, right now, the in is winning, obviously. The out were the loudest, right? But at the end of the day, some of us just gave you guys the facts. Those who are enjoying the most are people like us, who just gave the facts about what was going on during those times. The real, how football operation is ran, right? You don't spend your own money. You could spend certain percentage of what the club makes. This is how much losses you need to have by the end of the year. They called us accountants. Now they are here. Some of them are even shameless. And then he said, we got Young Real and Trey getting ready in the hyperbolic time chamber, brother. I'm so excited to see those kids, especially this preseason. I am so excited, especially them two learning from Wirtz is going to be key to their development. Extremely, extremely key to their development. And I wish Thiago Alcantara is back to the club because, especially for Trey, he will need somebody like that to kind of mentor him. But Rio's going to learn a lot from Wirtz. Jimmy said should be aiming for a Champions League and Premier League double. Brother, like I said, I want okay. Let me channel my Uncle Shay. Both. I want both. BOAFF. Both. That's what I want. Nothing more, nothing less. Actually, more, nothing less. That's how we want it. Perhaps, Ali said, perhaps by putting all this pressure on FSG, by calling them out, is finally working. So, nah. FSG for 10 or 15 years have never fallen into pressure. The only pressure they fall under, maybe 2 times that I know, was when they raised the ticket prices up and then the fan revolted and then they reduced it again. And then when they decided to go to the Super League and then they changed their mind. That's the only time I could remember where FSG fell under pressure and they changed their mind. This had nothing to pressure. This is called proper football or proper business management. They've been, all this thing is not by accident. They didn't just decide we're going to spend. They've been putting this thing in places since day one. Not since day one. After they screwed up with when they brought in Rodgers and then they promoted Edwards, this has been the plan all along. They knew football, the FFP was coming. It took longer for it to kick in, but this is what they were expecting. And when it was taking longer, that's when they were like, maybe we should sell. But then when they realized that, actually, England, the English side is every FA was going to also institute their own FFP, which in England is called PSR. They decided to stay. And they realized that, so clubs are going to be held accountable. You can't just come in and spend all your money like Abraham and King, what's his name? Sheikh Mansour. Can you imagine if it was the old days and this Newcastle owner showed up? Oh my God. We'll be like, God help all of us. So, Ali, this has nothing to do with pressure. This is called proper business management. They have been putting things in places. And the fact that they brought in Edwards back, that's the part where people are not getting. The man who started all this is Edwards. These people from day one have always been analytical, right? They always do everything by numbers. So finding Edwards, hiring Edwards, and they realized that, wow, this guy is also a numbers guy. They fell in love with him from day one. So remember, Edwards has literally, he is the definition of started from the bottom. Now he's the dandada. Because in the beginning, he was just an analysis guy. He was just one of the people who's just using the laptops and giving his bosses the facts. And then now look at him. He is the dude who is in charge of everything. So this is actually his brainchild. Now, you want to know why they use data a lot? It's not because of baseball, because all American sports are very stats oriented. No, this is the power people don't get. FSG, remember they used to be called Fenway Sports? I mean, they used to be called something before they changed to FSG. Their first love is racing. And racing is the number one sport, I believe, that use data. F1, Le Mans, Rally, all these racing, because everything has to be done with numbers to know when you need to pit, when you need to change the tires, how much you need to push your PSI with your turbo, how much RPM you need to be locking when you're hitting a corner. Everything has, even the American NASCAR and Indy and all those kind of stuff is extremely number oriented, data analysis. So they, from day one, have been like that. They find Edwards working in the basement, being delivering delivering the mail, and they were like, who's this kid? Oh, he does this, he likes it. Oh, bring him up. Edward moved from the basement, came to the big hall with everybody. And then they paid attention to him, and they realized that this guy is a genius, to the point where he became the director of football. And then guess who recommended Klopp to the owners? I know a whole lot of us said Klopp needs to be hired back then. A lot of us were screaming Klopp before King Kenny. And even when King Kenny left, before Rodgers, but Klopp didn't want to leave. He's the one who brought Klopp in. So the owners going back wearing knee pads said, please come back, help us. And within a year, he comes back. Now look at us. So yes, pressure is good. It gives the owners or the hierarchy the pulse of the street per se. But these people, you don't become a billionaire and then succumb to pressure. That one I can tell you for free. FSG, there cannot be any hate. Best ownership in world football. FSG haters are not mentioning them. They are saying, generic terms like Liverpool, not that. Bro, it is comical. It is so comical. And it is so funny that the fans, some Liverpool fans used to believe other rival fans, your owners, they are this, they are this. We're like, bro, FSG in the past, even when we were not doing well, they were the best owners in England. Yeah, City has a whole lot of money, but City is the same ownership group that is being charged 113 charges. You can't be the best when you're cheating. Big up to Ale. We are shameless. As long as FSG do what we want them to do, we are happy. Basically, you just define almost 50% of the fan base right there. But let's be honest, they have not been good all the time. They've made hella mistakes. The stadium expansion and access facility are paid for, so now the more money for transfer. Bro, that one, I'm not just going to give FSG the credit. I'm also going to big up Klopp, because especially the training center, they have always wanted to build it. They've always wanted to build it, so kudos to them. But they were going to put it on the side and finish with the stadium first. Klopp is the one who said, no. Let's get this one done, because the training center didn't take them long. It took 6-7 months to build. So Klopp is the one who said, no, I need this, because guess what? I can watch the kids while I'm watching the main squad. It'll be easy for me to know who's doing well, rather than just getting second-hand or 10-hand communication from, oh, this kid is good. I can see this kid is good from day one. So that one, I'm going to big up Klopp, because Klopp was the one who put pressure on the owners and said, no, get this thing done as soon as you can. And guess what? They got it done. And guess what? In a way, we have to big up Klopp for getting Wirtz, because you know why? Wirtz came into Liverpool, went to our training center and said, ours is better than Bayern. What's up? Bayern's supposed to be the big bad Bayern, who's the biggest club in Germany. And they got more money than everybody else. And our training center, look at Manchester United, right? The only training center that come close to us is City, because theirs is brand new. So you are right, Red Armchair. Big up yourself for being in the building. That training center was key. Literally, I think in the next 5 years, Liverpool have no infrastructure development that they need to do. So guess what? All the money will be going towards the players. Hence the reason why we spend a lot of money. Ali, you get what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. Proper business management. We got so much money. Even when we get into a PSR, we just have to sell one player and we're good to go. Last year we were in the red. But it was, just write it off. Just write it off. And the part where people don't get, why is FSG giving us the loan? They should pay for it. No. FSG give us the loan, so we don't have any interest. So Henry goes to the bank, gets the loan for 0.5%, and he just gives the money to Liverpool. Liverpool pays Henry back, and that's it. If Liverpool have gone for the loan, we will be paying 10 to 15%. You will never pay that loan off. He said the club doesn't have hoard money. It all is spent on something. Yeah, that's one thing about Liverpool. We spend our money. And as you can tell, we've been spending our money on developing the stadium and the training center. Right now, we spend the money on the players. Simples. Since Johnny Antigua left, who's going to take his place in Slot's back room? Well, I would love for it to be Thiago. I mean, I won't mind Stephen G, but I think Stevie G, there's Middlesbrough who's talking to him right now. So he might move over there. But if my main guy is what's his name? Thiago, the football brain in his head, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. He said Thiago will be fit, right? Exactly. Ali, FSG have to be given credit now and can't criticize after. See, this is the part. Let me finish. After this window, but this begs the question. Maybe it was Klopp That was the one, not it could be Klopp and it could be FSG, but Klopp used to come out and tell us, I'm okay. And people didn't want to believe him. Remember, he asked for money to get Nunes. He asked money to get Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, McAllister. He was giving the money. Before then, all the players that he wanted. Remember, he went on strike. He said, I do not want any other player except Virgil. Koulibaly, they wanted to pay for Koulibaly. He said, no, I want Virgil. They gave him 75 million cold cash. Right? He tried to keep Judas Iscariot. I said Kirkers. Judas Iscariot. And then when he realized it wasn't going to work, he went for All Black. They were like 100 mil. It's okay. Let's go for Alisson. No, actually, he went for Alisson. It was expensive. Then they were like, let's go for All Black. They gave him 100 mil. It's like, okay, let's go. Then they paid it for him. Alisson was the #1 goalkeeper, most expensive goalkeeper on the planet at the time, until Kepa came in. So this whole thing about the owners didn't support him, that was not true. The whole fiasco about him wanting a center back, he's the one who chose to go into the season with 3 center backs after he sold Lovren. And his idea was, I'm going to use Fab as the 4th option, because he knew Red Bull said we are not selling Konate for no price until the following year summer. So he said, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to just go. He didn't know he was going to lose all his center backs. So in the January, he tried to get Konate. Red Bull said no. That's why his frustration was. It wasn't because Edward did not get who he wants. Now, his frustration could have been he didn't get a center back in time for him to do his job. That one I could agree. But it wasn't because, they didn't give me money to go. They gave him Kabak and this guy. No, brother. You the one you didn't do your homework. You waited till you got to class and then started to do your homework. Now you mad at your group for not doing your side of the work. He should have bought a center back in the summer. Bring in, like when we brought in, what's his name? Ragnarok. A stopgap in the summer, and then get Konate the following summer. But he did not. He said, no, I'm going with 3. But this is the thing. You don't have to criticize now or give him credit now. They've been doing this a whole time. The whole time they've been doing this. It's just now that fans are seeing it. And yes, it could make sense. That it makes sense now. Let's be honest. Our parents will make a decision and we'll be like, why? Then later on, you'll be like, I see why. So big up to them. Big up yourself, Gary. Good to see you, brethren. Good to see you. Glad that you're in the building. Make sure you hit the like button, people. Come on, people. Let's hit the like button up, man. Let's get the likes up, people. Let's get the likes up. Go. We want to get to 50. So let's get to 50 today. And also, we're trying to get to 500. Ooh, we have 50 away. Let's get to 500. By the end of the month, we should be at 500 so that July, which is my birthday month, we could start the call-in show. It was, Jimmy said, you are right, Kwesi. Edwards and Julian Ward returning said, plus they used to be called New Sports Ventures. Yes, that was their name. New Sports Venture. That was their name. They had a racing team called Fenway, I believe. They changed to FSG when they bought both bought Red Sox and then Liverpool. Then they changed it to FSG when they decided to become a bigger brand than what they are right now. So when people say, they are just baseball, they are just, no. They got a racing team. That's their first love. They started with a racing team and then baseball, then football. Now they have an ice hockey. They ventured into golf. which is going to bring them a whole lot of cash. They also want to, hey, they might put in a, I don't think they are not, the Boston fans are not biggest fans of theirs. So I don't think they will go for the Celtics because the Celtic is for sale. But I think they will make a play for the Las Vegas NBA franchise or the next NFL franchise that open up. They're going to scoop in there. He said it was NESV, right? New England Sports Venture. There you go. Big up yourself. Thank you. Thank you. Gracie, based on the data, Hugo Ekitike is the number 9 for Liverpool? No. Now, let's move on since we're done with Wirtz. No news are broken in yet. ManDem, we are still waiting for the final decision from both clubs. And personally, I think it's going to come in very soon. Today is Wednesday. I think by Friday, we will hear something. I think that, this deal is done. Let's be honest. It's done. It's done because if it doesn't happen, Fabrizio's credit is going to be shot. And the fact that he's been double down, triple down, and quadruple down, that means the guy it's done. Let's all relax with Wirtz right now. Okay? Let's all relax with Wirtz. That deal, we know that one is done. Right? Everybody's relaxed. We move on. Even Tasfair, he said, Florian, where art thou? Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Now, quick one. We know that this is what ManDem is saying, so we talk about everything. It's not all about Liverpool. Cherky to City, done. You saw the thumbnail. They got him for 30 million euros, which is about 25 million pounds. Now, I need to talk about that. It's funny to me, but before I do, let's see what the community is saying. Let's see. Alice said it's now starting to think it was Klopp that was against Big Side. He said it. Remember when he made in the news conference, he said the day that he signs a 100 million player, that's when he quits. Oh, is it the reason why he quit when we almost bought Caicedo? Is that the reason why Klopp quit? He wasn't tired. He just said, no, I don't want him. And you could tell he didn't want Caicedo. Is it Mike Gordon who was the CEO at the time? He was pushing for it and he fumbled the bag. Is that him? Klopp said it. Klopp always wanted players that he can control. He didn't want too much over ego players. He wants to be in charge, and the way his personality is, he's not like, I have to be the boss all the time. So when you bring a player who tried to over-trump him, he gets upset because he doesn't treat people like that. So he wants people to treat him the same way he treats people. So he didn't want to bring these big ego players because he's like, this will mess up my vibe, The fans are actually to blame for Klopp getting more power, which disrupted the ecosystem. That 2 years cost us a lot. People don't understand. It cost us a lot. You are right, Jimmy. No sentimental questions. No ex-players like Thiago, especially Gerrard, can have him on the side thinking that he should be him as manager. No, that one is out of ego. Steven G wouldn't, I would say never, but as a manager, he could be a stopgap. Maybe something happened and he steps in for a little bit. That's just for nostalgia purposes, and then they move on. Hey, brother, big up yourself, Dean. What? I mean, we will get there. I'm in Newcastle. If I wasn't supporting Liverpool, I would have supported Newcastle. And not just because me trying to get Isak. It's just, I've always said that I would have supported Newcastle if I was not a Liverpool fan. Because back then, man, they when Kenny was coaching them. Newcastle's a big brand. It's just they haven't won enough to go toe-to-toe with that. Well, he said, Kwesi, that's why Fabinho, yep, that's why his leg fell off. Remember that year he kept getting injured? Every time we played him in a center back, he was injured. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ali Edwards and Hughes like Isak, and I believe they will make a move for Isak. Now before we get there, Turkey is at City. Now, this is what kind of it's kind of hitting me in my craw, if you understand what it is. The same Liverpool fans, when Turkey was being told that he was coming to Liverpool, yeah, they will be like, oh, he's Turkey, he's this, and that. Now that he's going to City, all of a sudden, he's a baller. We've been told Turkey, the way people were talking about Turkey, it looked like this guy's been balling out of control for a long, long time. But Turkey literally has 2 caps for France. And you saw the second game how poor he was. All of a sudden, Turkey is this big baller to the point where people say Turkey versus Wirtz. And if you are tactical and you compare them 2 players, I'm not going to listen to you anymore. Turkey is a very good player. He reminds me of Ben Affer, very dribbling style, best. But they are not on the same level. That tells me a lot of you guys don't watch enough football outside of Premier League. Or you just trying to create a drama. If that's what you're doing, hey, you go ahead. It's good for entertainment. But the reason, all of a sudden, I'm seeing certain Liverpool fans bigging up Turkey. Oh, he's a baller. He's this. He's that. Bro, he scored a beautiful goal for his first cap for France. A lot of you guys didn't know who Turkey was until he balled out against Manchester United. All of a sudden, Turkey is this big, big thing. And right now, I'm going to big up my brother, Irishman. Anfield Irishman. Go check him out. Great show. Great channel. He said, and I want you guys to think about this. He said, the players that City are getting, especially this summer, even including Mamouche, usually is the players that Liverpool would have gotten. And it's funny how those players, a lot of Liverpool fans would have come out and say, oh, man, these guys are good, but, they are not ballers. Those are not the players that I want. And guess what? Now we are getting the players that usually City would have gotten, and then all of a sudden they're downplaying. Yeah, they're good. We want to see how Arne Slot is going to implement it. Brother, if they were going to City, you would already told everybody this is how Pep is going to use them. But now they're coming to Liverpool. All of a sudden, nobody even know where Wirtz is going to play. Well, I think he's going to play on the left. I think he's going to be in the middle. I think he's going to be a false 9. He's going to be, bro. What the hell? But before I continue, we got royalty in the building. Bejan Red TV is in the house. Big up yourself. Gracie has words in his eyes. FSG. I mean, Adidas, right? We're going back to the old Adidas. I hope they bring Carlsberg back. Brother, if this deal did not go through, Maddie Mad would have not left. I would have to exit this cosmos. I would have to exit this universe if this deal did not go through. Maddie Mad would have, oh man, he would have never let me. Oh man, this guy would be waking me up every morning talking about how bad FSG is. So, Matt, on the next Friday Night Live on Bejan Red TV, I missed the other one. I apologize. Oh, we're going at it. Big up to ManDem in the building. Said Alvarez, Isak, or Jokovic, any one of them. Isak. That's it. Nobody else. Klopp was just mentally fatigued because he's chilling. He's chilling himself and said, done coaching. Remember, Klopp never had time for 24 years old. So let them, man, take rest. Good. I don't want to hate on Klopp, our legendary manager, but, well, Let me not say more, but I'm glad Slot is in charge now. Klopp did so many great things. He made mistakes. The annoying part is some Klopp FC fans didn't want to listen. That was the annoying part. It's crazy how City just announced Turkey with just one post. No video to welcome him. It says a lot about how much they rate. They announced him like announced the Hungarian goalkeeper. Personally, I think they bought Turkey out of spite. They knew Liverpool was after Turkey. You think I'm lying? 10 days ago, Annie Slot went to France to go talk to Turkey. And I'm pretty sure he went there to tell him personally that, hey, we have decided to move on a different direction. They bought, I believe, because they already have another Turkey on the team. His name is Grealish. You see what I'm saying? Things have changed now, man. Things have changed. They said when you become a superstar, stay humble. Be humble, eh? But I tell people I will be, but the signs are gonna be there. And right now with Liverpool, the signs are there. You see how we're moving. He said, remember, without Jurgen, we wouldn't have gotten this great squad. And he's told the owners we need new training complex. And look, now we already talked about that. That's why Jurgen is still a legend for Liverpool. We can never overlook what he did. And if anybody does that, they're not a real fan. He said, Bejan Right TV stream tonight. Hit the notification bell. You guys know the deal. You know the deal, people. Please go subscribe if you haven't. If you haven't, go subscribe. I'm telling you, you're gonna have a ball. And if you want to have more fun, when you go to their channel, make sure you say Sell Salah. I promise you, you're gonna have the best fun ever. Cherokee is a very good player, but Wirtz generational. No compare. Exactly. The fact that it's crazy. If Wirtz have gone to City, oh my God, everybody will be like kissing their bum. All of a sudden now, I see some Liverpool fans downplaying the Wirtz, the whole thing. Oh, we didn't buy him. Oh, this and that. How was he going to play? Does it matter where he's going to play? What it matters is he's coming to Liverpool. A player like Wirtz, if you are a manager and you can implement skills for Wirtz, you should not be a manager. Simple like that. He said, Fabrizio confirmed Bayern Leverkusen contacts Liverpool defender. Hey, if we're going to lose Kwanzaa, that means we need to replace him. I'm already putting into the cosmos. Hincape. Already said it. You heard it here first. Yep. Big up. Let's go. Man, Bejan got love in this community, man. Thank you for coming through, Bejan. Thank you. I don't care where Wirtz play. I just thankful we got him. That's it. That's it. That's what matters. He said, I'm going to cook Maddie. Oh, brother, I'm going to be on that show watching, man. I need to see this. I hope next one. We need to have an emergency Friday Night Live. And everybody has to be there. As well, if I bring Gunnar Lee too. Yes, sir. He said, Matty don't watch ball. He listens to it. He's on a different level to the rest of us, Kwesi. Let it go, brother. Nah, man, me and Matty, man, it's on site. Every time we see each other, it's on site. Man, I love that brother, man. He's a good people. Wirtz is better player than Cherokee. I mean, that is understatement. Though he said those early Liverpool fans just haters pretend to be. Facts. Who the Wirtz is coming to LFC in the morning? Crack it down and whipping Wirtz. This guy got bars. The Wirtz out. I see who is coming to LFC. Why? Now let's move on to the next. Since I've ranted about this whole Turkey to City, good for him. Welcome to the EPL. We shall see you very soon. Next week is when the English Premier League releases next year's schedule. So I think we should have a show about that. It's going to be awesome. So watch out for the spaces. Marty listens to the game via most. He said, Marty listens to the game. Morse code, yo. Not the Morse code. Oh, my goodness. Marty will tell you about the Red Sox in 1976. Why FSG I hated in Boston. Friday Live this Friday. Later starts around 9 p.m. Great, because that works for my schedule. Works for my schedule. We're going to party and cook the same time, brother. I'm bringing the barbecue sauce. I'm bringing the sauces. Big up to LFC Red Forever channel. Big up, big up. He's in the building. Fuzzy's in the house. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. People, let's get to 50 likes, man. Let's get to 50 likes. He said, Maddie with his transitional radio, the transistor radio, and the rest of us with a flat screen. My guy, big up yourself. Now, Benjamin, Isak is coming. You saw the thumbnail. I'm not going to let it fly. I know I've taken way too long to talk about Isak, but right now, I'm going to let it be known. My sources are telling me. He said, it feels like Isak. People, why don't you guys give me my credit? So for some of you guys, you saw my post. We didn't have a show on Monday. I apologize. I wanted to save the voice for the big announcement. I said it, and the next day, Fab announces it. When I say my sources are there, people try to tell me that I don't have sources. I'm always there. I've been telling you guys, right? I've been telling you guys. I've been telling you guys. Isak is next. Isak is next. That is the preferable next striker Liverpool want. Right? Liverpool have the money. At the end of the day, is the player wants to come. If the player said, I wants to come, Liverpool will find the cash and bring him here. Alvarez, there's no way, even if Atletico Madrid buys Nunes, they're not letting out. I don't see how they will let Alvarez go. But I've been telling you guys, Newcastle, the best option for Newcastle is Gyökeres. Newcastle can give Gyökeres everything he desires. Money, Champions League. Football style for his style of play. Because Gyökeres, most of his goals is doing transition. And he is deadly. He is deadly with that. He is extremely deadly when it comes to transitional counter-attack. So he will be their best option because that's how Newcastle play. And I've been telling you guys, again, Liverpool wants 3 big signing. 3 big signing. And I think they'll probably get 2 this year and then see what happens next year. It could be Wirtz and somebody else, or Wirtz and Isak, and Gyökeres is not a big signing. Let me make sure my brethren, Fauzi is in the building. Welcome. Thank you for coming and help me here because my voice was about to disappear. So now I can pound it to you. Big up yourself, man. How you doing, brother?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hear me? Okay.
Hear you.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
good, man. I'm trying to get hold of this YouTube business nowadays. Yeah, man.
No,
Yeah,
welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, man.
Anytime, man.
Bejan said, here we go with the sauces again. Don't make me put you in the gulag. Brother, when did my sauces let you down? One time.
Was it Musiala?
Yes. But we get Wirtz. I've been telling them we were going to get a big time player since last year.
Yeah.
I told Zuberi it was going to be Nico Williams, Isak, and Musiala. That's the three that I wanted.
Yeah.
We got Wirtz instead. Some people are even saying Wirtz is better than Musiala in the number 10 role. That's a debate I'm willing to have. The problem with Musiala is he's in the wrong team and they're using him wrong. Musiala should be the dude that everybody's talking about instead of Lamela. Him being in Germany is not helping him. I'm just saying. But right now, what do you think about this big news of Wirtz? You know, Fabrizio versus David Ornstein, which I think they're both saying the same thing. It's just us who are creating drama.
Because someone announced it before the other one, you know what I mean? So fighting for the publicity and all of that stuff. I think it's done, mate. I think it's done. You know what I mean? I've been saying it to everybody on my streams for a while. I said, when teams drop out of a transfer,
this guy call my sauces tomato ketchup. That disrespect. Hey, ban this guy, man. Ban him.
So you know, when the big teams drop out of the transfer, like the likes of Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, City, and all this stuff, that means, you know, when the player has his intentions of going to another club, especially Liverpool, pretty much done. It's all down to the player at the end of the day. It's like Trent going to Real Madrid. We couldn't do nothing about it. It was gone. So the same thing is with obviously Wirtz. So in regards to the player profile, it's something we don't go for normally, do we, Kwasi? It's something Real Madrid, Barcelona, and all that stuff. He's going to bring a lot to Liverpool. Let me just put it that way. It gives me the Coutinho vibes, you know what I mean? But slightly better with possession and slightly better with, you know,
aggression.
More
He's
pace,
aggressive.
sorry. And, you know, he likes to defend, you know, from the front as well. So we're getting an all-rounded player who's 22 years old on a 5-year contract, possibility of further years in the contract, because everybody's worried about
the 5-year contract.
Yeah, the 5-year contract. They're saying we're signing a player for 150 million euros on a 5-year contract, but not like what you need to understand is the player's choice, in it. He chose us over other clubs. Okay, we're spending a lot of money, but I've seen a lot of players that come to Liverpool, and once they're here, it's very
difficult to leave.
You know what I mean? So it could be a win-win either way. So I'm looking forward to it, bro. That's a statement signing.
Yeah.
You know, out of those clubs, normally Liverpool, when it's those clubs like Man City, obviously Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, Liverpool is always the fourth one, but we jumped to the top. So it shows where we're at as a football club now. No more thinking in a small mentality club. Now everybody needs to wake up as a fan base that we are. And you know, think about yourself as a big football club now. We're back to where we belong.
And this is the thing. And I want to shout out my brother again, Irishman football. You know, Anfield Irishman. He said Liverpool are getting the players that City will usually get, and City is getting the players that Liverpool will usually get.
Exactly.
And for me, the Liverpool fans who are now bigging up the same players that they said, oh, we are past those type of players, we need to get better. And we have gotten better, and they're just downplaying, oh, yeah, we see is even Frimpong gonna start? Is he gonna there? Is Kerker's gonna start? Where is Wirtz is gonna play? Is he gonna be on the left? I'm like, bro, you were not saying that when they were being linked to City. You already have a whole lineup on how Pep was going to use them. Now, all of a sudden, Chucky's the baller. Now I've realized that all these people, tacticals, don't know anything about football. They just watch one game. If the person ball out, all of a sudden he's baller. None of you guys were talking about Turkey 12 months ago.
Nope.
The only time people talk about Turkey was during the quarterfinals versus Manchester United. And everybody was like, oh, he reminds me of Coutinho. Maybe we should get him.
Man United is, you know what I mean? At the same time as well. You're forgetting how bad that football club is, Man United. So anybody can perform against them. So this is not Manchester United of old. Like they've got, you know, Stamp and, you know, Rio Ferdinand and Vidic at the back. This is just an ordinary Man United that anyone can beat, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
Tottenham,
you know what I mean?
In the final. Tottenham, out of all teams, beat them in the final.
And that was the worst finals of all time. Bro, I almost felt sorry for them, but I'm not. Big up to ManDem in the building. Please, let's get to 50 likes. Let's get to 50 likes.
Yes,
now,
sir.
Brother, I know you are Alvarez fan, but I'm sticking with the Isak. I think we're going after Isak. The fact that even Beijing is saying that we possibly can get Isak because he has always been in the level head that said, no, that will be too much money. That will be too much money, which a lot of people said. It's not just, to be fair, which is sensible. It is going to be a lot of money. But right now, the fact that the whole verse 10 is coming to an end, a lot of people start to believe we could actually go get this guy. And they are in PSR trouble. It's not as bad as last year. Last year, they were in big, big trouble. That's why they sold 100 million worth of players.
Yeah.
This year, they are in trouble. They could get sanctioned next year, which they got lucky to make into the Champions League because that will help them a little bit. But they still be in the PSR. So they're going to let some of their players are not being sold. They're going for free. I think Wilson's contract is done. So they're not going to make money. They bring it in João Pedro. I'm in this believe that Gyökeres is the perfect signing for them.
Yeah.
They got the money. The football style profile that they play is exactly how he likes. His goals are in transition. He's in Champions League. Bring Isak to Liverpool. I believe that money that they're not 100 million max. I think 105 will get Isak to Liverpool.
Well, we're moving players around, innit? To get finance for a striker anyway. So if it's 100 million pound mark, I think Liverpool should be all over that. I'm not. Yeah. People think I oppose Isak. I'm trying to give you a what's suitable for Liverpool football club out of the two. You said to me, Isak can drop off and play in that position as well as a number 10. But what I said to you in return was there's playing dropping off as a number 10 as a striker. And there's playing as a number 10 as a striker with intelligence. You know what I mean? That's the difference between him and Alvarez. You know what I mean? So that's what I'll try. But I never opposed Isak. I said we could get him for the right price. I'm all over it as well. You know what I mean? I love to have him at Liverpool Football Club. I think he can do that wonderful thing for us. Because at the end of the day, when you got creativity coming from McAllister, Szoboszlai, Wirtz, Salah, and all these players around you, then you could get about 25 to 30 goals a season, you know what I mean? And not only that, it will take the pressure off the other players as well, like Salah. Nobody's going to concentrate on Salah. Like 3 players looking at him, you know what I mean? They're going to be looking at different players, so it's going to be spreading around the football pitch. So we're going to have more spaces to go behind and score more goals as well. Those kind of games that we used to have in the past when teams deep line defend, difficult to open. Now we could open them because we've got different actual players on the pitch that can do their own specialty on the pitch as well. So, like I said, I've got no problem with Isak. If it's the right price and, who get him in through the door, with the right sales as well, like Darwin leaving. I think, Chiesa could be of the pay.
Chiesa is going to leave.
He's going to be leaving. I think Harvey Elliott wants to go and, get a first team spot somewhere else. Simicaz or Robertson, either one of them probably is going to leave. Joe Gomez. So there's a lot of players coming off the page. Obviously, the pay slip and everything else. So why not, man? Why not get if there's a possibility, a strong possibility, getting Isak through the door, and we can't get obviously the one I want. I'm all over it, man. I've got no issue with that.
No, I mean this is the thing though. Big up to Irishman. He's in the building, man. Big up, big up, big up, big up. An Irishman. I'm quoting you all day, every day, man.
He is, man.
You made a profound statement, and I've seen that a few people started to make the same statement.
Where did you take that one from, man? Let me just ask.
He said it a week ago. He's like, bro, Liverpool are getting players that usually will go to City, and City are getting players that usually go to Liverpool. So there's a shift there. There's a big shift. And this is the part where a lot of people are not appreciating what's going to happen. They just want.
I'll be honest with you. Of course, it shocked me. These players are going to Man City. I'll tell you why. Jerky, he's not a guy who presses. He's a very lazy player. He's a skilled player. No pace at all. So when Man City actually buy players, they buy the players that's good at pressing, hard working, and all that stuff. And I'm looking at Reinders and I'm looking at Nuri. That's not a Pep Guardiola kind of signings. He buys solid players that can contribute defensively as well as offensively. You know what I mean? And what I'm seeing them sign, you're spot on. It's like it's not him signing anymore. It's like he's saying a goodbye or something like that, and the club.
Thank you. Those are not Pep's players.
No.
Turkey is just like Grealish. That's why they brought Grealish in there, to break the lines when they play against teams that are pragmatic. That's basically what he's going to do, because they're going to have to sell Grealish. They can't keep both of them. He said, Mo Chantra, quote, the Frimpong, Kerkers, and Wirtz deal are not dependent on sales. There is plenty of headroom coming off a 700 million. Bro, when I tell people, I've been saying that, why does it have to be Mo to say before you guys believe it? How many times have I been saying that, Bejan, on my channel, on your channel, on N's channel? I think even going on Fazi's channel, I've said it a couple of times when we debated between FSG and what they should do or what they're not doing. I've always said that Liverpool have money. It's just how they implement it. That's what the difference is between the fans and how the owners are. And right now, look what they've done. You know what I mean? He said, and heading into 25-26 financial year, that should generate in a region of 750 to finance these moves. Further sales will enable more business. That is facts. That means literally we could spend $1 billion, just like the Chelsea did with Blue Lake when they first got there. We could spend about that much before we start getting into trouble. Yeah. And if next year we get anything close to what we did this year, more money. Because guess what? We are going to be in the Club World Cup the next time around.
I hope so, man.
No, we're going to be in there because we won the league. I think it goes. They do the coefficients 3 years back, right? Okay. So the Club World Cup is every 4 years. It's to make way for the World Cup.
Okay.
So starting this year, we won the league. Next year and the year after for the fourth year, that's when they pick. Because Chelsea, really, right? Look at the teams that are going in. So we are going to. Liverpool have money. The idea is how they implement it. So if they buy players we don't like, of course, we're going to kick a fuss. If they don't buy players, we're going to kick a fuss. But the idea is they've done it right, and you have to give them credit. Now, the belief is Kerkers is almost done. They said by Friday there's a possible we're going to hear something. This is the debate that I have with people. I said people are thinking that Robo is just going to sit down, laying down, and let this kid come in and take over. It's not going to be like that. Robo is going to be, he has the Lionheart mentality, right? Until his body breaks down, he is not laying low for Kerkers to take over unless we sell Robo. But I don't think we're going to sell Robo. We need Robo. He is going to usher this kid to the next level, right? Because when you look at Kerkers, literally you're looking at old Robo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what do you think about the dynamic of the left back, the way we're going to move it? And what do you think about Kwanzaa leaving, and who do you think we should bring in?
With Robbo, let me start with Robbo. Robbo, I had a conversation with Nalante and Jake on my channel, and I was honest about it. I said exactly what you said. He's a very stubborn man. He's a very stubborn man, because if you look at Robertson, people, like he's what, 31. Van Dijk is 34. Salah is 33. When I look at Robertson nowadays, he's like a 37-year-old on the pitch. It's not the Robertson that I grew up. So we grown up to watch, if you know what I mean. And he looks like he's struggling. The creativity is disappeared. He doesn't run up and down that pitch anymore. And Kirkes ain't coming to sit on the bench. Let me just put it that way. And not only that, I don't think Robertson is the type of person that is willing to sit on the bench. So him and the coach, when they come back for preseason, might have words in regard to him probably not playing as much as games as he usually does, because that happened before with Henderson, and we saw the outcome of that, which was Henderson going to Saudi Arabia afterwards because he wasn't having it. So that's a strong possibility, but it depends on Robertson. Is he strong enough to compete with this kid, and he's willing to work it out? Or is he going to be saying it's time to go? You know what I mean? That's how I see it with Robertson at the moment. As I said, he's a stubborn guy. He doesn't concede, of sitting on the bench as well. So it's a good thing for the football club. I agree with you guys on all that stuff. But Kirkes is the number one. That's how I see it, man. I'm sorry. I mean, I want to look to the future. I want to see this Frimpong and Kirkes partnership now. Not Trent and Robertson. Like that's gone. That's. I mean, Trent is gone to Madrid, and Robertson is not Robertson anymore. If you want to keep him for experience reasons, and he's willing to do that, I'm all for that. But if he's not, you got to let him go. You got to let him, go and play, because what people are misunderstanding in this thing I'm saying is. It's World Cup year. Players don't want to sit on the bench. They want to play. So this is what's the people that want Robert to stay need to look at. Is he going to be settling for a second, or I just can't see him playing every game, bro. I just can't see that. To me, Kirkes is the one. Once he comes through that door, he's the number one left back, and this is the way we should be headed towards. I love Robertson and his dedication for what he's done for our football club, but. Just can't see it, bro. I just can't see it.
I agree with you. They're bringing Kirkes for the future. But like you said, Robo is a stubborn guy.
Very stubborn.
He's not going to lay low for Kirkes to take over. So eventually, Kirkes will be taken over. But before then, and like you said, the club wins regardless. Because if Robo is going to play at a high caliber, we're going to be winning. If Kirkes comes in and be like, hey, old man, why don't you take a break and let me take this over? You know what I mean? When I'm tired, you could come over and do your thing. And that's what's going to happen. So I think it's good for Liverpool. This is what a lot of, may I say, FSG outlets have said. We need these type of players so that we can have depth, where when you have to take Kirkes off and bring in Robo in, it's not a big drop-off.
It's not a big drop-off, yeah.
You see what I mean? And that's why and even on the right side, right? Bradley and Frimpong is going to battle, but Frimpong is not just battling Bradley. Frimpong is going to be battling Salah. That's the part where people don't understand.
Yeah.
They both, like, this manager has no emotions tied to anybody.
He's got no
to anybody.
He's very ruthless, man.
He's ruthless. So if Salah and Virgil said, we signed a new contract because we want to win more, then he probably told them, if you want to win more, then that means sometimes you have to sit your behind on the bench.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Salah is looking at it like, for legacy purposes, why not? If I'm not doing well, Gaffer, sit me, I might not like it. Okay, sit me down. I'm pretty sure if Salah comes out and scores 15 goals, 10 assists, and wins the league next year, and he's not, let's say, the big factor why we won, do you think he's complaining?
Nope.
He's leaving or staying in and going in with for a fourth championship.
Thierry Henry ain't gonna be speaking anymore, is he? Really?
No, there's no conversation. Why are you talking? Why are you been speaking to me, brother? You know what I'm saying? But the Kwanzaa dynamics that just popped in.
Oh, sorry, you talked about Kwanzaa.
Yeah. What do you think?
With Kwanzaa, guys, in my opinion, it depends what you guys want. I don't question other people's obviously view on Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
What I see is a young player coming through the youth system, had a phenomenal season in the first season. Second season, questionable. It happens. That's what happens with young players. Even Gerrard had that in his game back in the day.
I remember.
So, I like Kwanzaa because he's got everything that you need from a defender, which is height, aggressive. He could be aggressive at times. He's quick as well. People don't understand what when I talk about he's quick. I don't think people see how quick he is.
Yeah,
I know he's quick because I've seen him run before. So he's got all the attributes for a defender, for a centre back. You can't base everything on last season on him. He's learning. he's a kid. He's learning his trade. First season, nobody knew about him, so he performed, the expectation level. Second season, it was tough for him. He found it tough. New manager, new system. It was always going to be difficult for him because of his age. You know what I mean? But I'm expecting him next season to come on and learn from the past, obviously mistakes that he did last season, and come out better. That's how I see it. I don't want him to leave. I think he should always, remain at Liverpool to improve as a player, because I think we've got a player there in our hands. I don't think there's many defenders out there that's got similarities to him either. So we've got to be careful, as I said.
Yeah.
Be careful how you're going, because player development is different, man. Some players stay consistent for a long time and then they slip off at a certain time. But with him, it's hot and cold at the moment. And give him time and patience, and he will become that defender you want him to be. Someday. We do need another centre back, by the way. Since Matip left, I've been asking for a centre back anyway. So I don't know who's that there. People tell me about this Lukeba guy. He looks good, but I think the next step in our centre back, it should be someone that's going to replace Van Dijk. And under Van Dijk's
There's nobody. The one that was the one who was going to do it went to Madrid.
Yeah. So under the Van Dijk tutelage, for the next 2 years, it'll be a smooth transition to the next generation, if you know what I mean, guys. So that's the next step, in my opinion, for the centre back. Make sure it's the one that's going to replace the one. You know what I mean?
How do you replace Messi? People are forgetting that Van Dijk is the Messi of centre backs.
Yeah.
How do you replace that? That's the thing. I think it's time that we make in our head that we're never going to replace him.
Quasi, you can't. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
But be smart in your decision in the next centre back.
Yes, and that's why I agree with that.
Something close to that. You already know the best defender what he can do. It's something that's close to that at least, and we could improve in the years as well.
The idea is you need to find two very good. Basically, we need two Konates.
Yeah.
To be able to replace Van Dijk. Right? You need to have two centre backs or three centre backs who are on par.
Yeah.
So drop a form of injury, the next one comes in, and you rotate those three.
100%.
And then the fourth one is the youth or somebody who's in development to come up, right? Because if this is the power, I think Liverpool fans, we just need to, maybe it's the way we word it, replace. When you say replace, it means like for like. But you can't replace Messi because that's a generational, you couldn't replace Maradona.
Yeah.
You can't replace Ronaldinho.
Yep.
Barcelona got lucky, they got Messi.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to replace Van Dijk. There's nobody out there.
But
so
something close to that.
I mean, you could get as close as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been told the next one is Saliba. Have you seen Saliba? You see what I mean?
I had a guy on my channel was telling me the whole Arsenal team is world class. He regrets it now.
Okay, world class and being second.
I remind him.
Yeah, the world class are being the side chick or the right make. You know what I mean? So it's Liverpool have to. This is a centre back moving on from this year after the World Cup.
Yeah,
it's going to be imperative for Liverpool to build that defensive core and realize that Van Dijk might not be there after next year.
Yeah,
that's how we have to look at it.
You always got to think ahead, my friend.
You got to think ahead, and the same thing with Salah.
Yeah, go back.
Actually, I'll say something. People will be like, it's going to be easier to not replace Salah, but like get somebody who could give us effort on the right side than replace VVD. Because
100%.
Because with Salah, you could find some people who can score goals and somebody who's creative, and then two or three people to do what Salah was doing. But with Virgil, brother, he's been a generational talent for almost a decade.
People need to understand with that, the leadership at the back is very, very important. Very important. Because you look at us, like before Van Dijk, who was the best centre back? You have to go back 30 years. Alan Hansen. You know what I mean? That's a long time. Well, I'm talking about 30 years in a sense when Van Dijk arrived and all that stuff. So you have to go back way back. I mean, we've had some centre backs obviously Hoopier probably you could say was great, but in power with Van Dijk, you even saw the celebration. Who was there giving the trophy to Van Dijk? I mean, why? Because Van Dijk chose him because he knew he was the best centre back at the football club, the last one that is. So, and they took photos together. This is how the distance is of the two centre backs. 30 years apart or whatever it is, people say.
So that means it will take us another 30 for Virgil to come give it.
We've got to be smart because what we did after that, we started buying some useless defenders. I grew up with them, that will never get a winning championship. Like we can't go back to CVFC. We want to be Champions FC. I want to go back to being the best FC,
right?
Not CV, because people used to come to Liverpool because I played for Liverpool, and then after my career ends, I could go to the become a pundit or something like that. I don't want that. I want a player that wants to win and is hungry to win trophies, like Van Dijk when he first came. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, that's facts, man, and that's the part where being a great team gets you. But it looks like we're on the right trajectory. See, this is the part where people are also dismissing the importance of, as people are thinking, oh, Liverpool came in across some cash and they're gonna go buy Wirtz. Now, player, let's be honest. The truth will come out after we secure him.
Yeah.
He chose us. There's a Snoop Dogg song, I forgot the name, but there's a skit between that was before the song, and the skit is based on an old school movie, a pimp movie. And he said, hey brother, your B chose me. We can handle this like gentlemen, so we could get into some gangsters. Right? That's where Liverpool is heading right now. We are sitting there and say like,
you know what's funny, Kwasi? Yeah, these Man City fans are like putting a lot of stuff on Twitter, as we saw today, about
they heard him.
Jerky and Wirtz. They're saying Jerky is better on that stuff. But there's footage on YouTube. I think it's a TikTok thing. In the FA Cup final, I put it on my channel before. 98% of the City fans sided with Wirtz. I'll tell you what they asked them. They asked the City fans, "Who's the next Kevin De Bruyne?" And then
going there.
You looked at the video. 98% of the City fans said Florian Wirtz. Now they're trying to like match Florian Wirtz and Jerky, which is weird in my opinion. Nobody even mentioned Jerky in that list, to be fair. So that shows what we got at our disposal, man. We've got a very, very special player. If you're comparing him to Van Dijk, you've got a special player. So with Kevin De Bruyne, you've got a very special player there.
Why do you think that the Germans were so upset when he chose Liverpool over Bayern?
Oh, come on.
As much as they don't like Bayern, they wanted him to stay in Bayern because he is the face. I mean, I don't want to bring race into this.
No, but I've got a feeling there's something going to happen as well. And I said it. I think Adidas and him, something's going to happen. I think he's going to be probably the first player to unveil the Adidas kit. I know Salah had the little pictures there and there and all that stuff, but number one German player, what is Adidas? German. So
that's why they want. It was supposed to be. He's supposed to be that's why Bayern was like, we don't have to do nothing. You know how some people believe in all this social media dating gurus and be like, if a girl likes you, you don't have to do nothing. She will come. Yeah, once in a while. Remember, they will also have their own choice. He's like, nah, I'm going someplace else. I want to develop. People don't understand. It's a big risk of what he's doing because he's going to a whole different country. Like everything is new for him. He's starting from scratch.
Yeah.
He is not doing the easy way by going to a place where he's more comfortable. So it could be a big risk. But if he balls out with the Liverpool fan base, oh my God.
The song's already been written, guys.
Oh my God.
This
guy will be the biggest superstar. And I promise you, within 2 years, Real Madrid will be sitting there waiting with a boatload of cash and said, okay, fine, you got us. We want this guy. I promise you. So this, as much as I'm a big Musiala fan, which I believe this is what Musiala should have done. Personally, he should have never signed that new contract. He should have just waited and see where things were going.
Yeah.
Before he signed the contract. I promise you, after this season, I think he's off. He's leaving Bayern. He's leaving Bayern. He's going to Madrid.
Bayern needs a lot of surgery, don't they? They need to like refresh that team, man. I think it's too much, man.
And big up to company. What company have done for some of us, power to you. But brother, you did not do you also fell into the sauce.
Yes, you fell for the trap. Yeah.
You fell for the trap. You thought you were working with Bayern, so you don't have to do your work. And the man showed up and said, "What's your assignment?" You'd be like, "Oh shoot, let me turn my PowerPoint on. I didn't charge the battery. Let me charge the battery real quick, and then I will show you this. But this is our training center. This is it." The brother's like, "Wait, I thought you were the big bad."
You just said something about the training center there, bro. Like, and I said it a few times. I don't think many people caught on to that as well. With Florian Wirtz.
Yeah,
Liverpool played a good game. They played a better game. Yeah, I'll tell you why. I've heard the story. Michael Edwards liked this player back in 2020. Yeah,
he wanted to bring him early.
And what did Liverpool do last season?
Bring Edwards back?
No. For what did Liverpool? Let me ask you another question in a different way. What did Liverpool do for? It played a big part, obviously, in the transfer. By Leverkusen when we faced them in the Champions League last season.
Oh, put them in the AXA Trading Center, have them use it for free.
What did he say? What did he say?
That was one of the best training centers I've seen.
And what did he say about Bayern Munich? It's pretty old, run down.
Yeah.
So think about your football club, what they did, my friend. They showed that player beforehand what your football club is all about. I mean, Anfield is a historic stadium anyway. You don't need to mention that to anybody. Everybody knows Anfield. But when you're showing everything to the player, you're selling your club to the player already. It's an easy decision, isn't it?
No.
Easy decision, my brother.
Listen, people don't get it that Edward. So 2020, before he left, that was one of the players that he was looking for.
Yep.
Let's bring him in and let's develop him. He's going to be a talent. And he knew Klopp can develop players like that. Those are type of players that Klopp actually likes. Yeah. That reminds me of Marco Royce.
Royce.
Oh, Götze.
Yeah.
So Edwards was like, "You're gonna love these kids." Before I think he was at Cologne at that time. Before he went to Leverkusen. And the first person Edward comes after when he comes in, he said, "I'm gonna go get him." He probably told the owner from day one
first as well. Like, let me show him. Yeah.
He told the owner
they didn't need to do that. They didn't need to do the training ground stuff. They didn't.
No, it was planned. Fauzi, it was planned when the Champions League. I'm pretty sure Edward was sitting there. It's like, wait, who are we playing? Are we playing Leverkusen? As soon as he says Leverkusen, he's like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Usually, clubs don't do that. They will find a different club.
Man, you have to beat them. Man. You're not gonna provide for them.
Yeah, you don't provide for them. Let them find another training center. They come in, use Anfield, get used to Anfield, and the next day is the game. No. We gave them the red carpet treatment. Use the whole facility you want. We got which one? As well as I think the whole players had day off. Everybody.
As soon as they walk in, this is your
walk in.
Stay away.
Stay away. Don't talk to them. Right? So they're walking in, and this is what today I'm giving kudos to. A lot of people want to give FSG credit, great, but the person that I'm giving the most credit is Klopp. Yeah. FSG had the training center a part of their plan, and it was going to come in after the development of the stadium. Klopp is the one who said, no. While we are waiting for the next phase, let's put this in between. Let's get it done.
Yeah, and that's another thing on top as well. Because from what I've heard, Wirtz was speaking to a lot of people in Germany. Don't be surprised if Klopp was one of them as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, we say Klopp and Edwards don't like each other, but trust me, when those two people decide to put their head together, when the Furker situation happened, they were like, yeah, get that fool out of here, right? When what was that guy? Mimo Sissoko was acting a fool. When Klopp said it, he said, "Yep. If you don't like him, let's get him out of here." So yes, those two. That's what happens when you have two great minds. They clash all the time, but when they when they collide, beautiful thing happens.
100%.
Big up to Justin Ulysses. Good to see you, brethren. He said apparently Leverkusen won 50 million for Kwanzaa. They're gonna pay 50 million for Kwanzaa. I mean, will you take it?
Nope.
Too small?
Yeah, it's too small, and not only that, I don't think it's going to be for sale.
You don't think Kwanzaa? You think it's mostly loan?
Arne Slot talked about him last season, innit? He likes him. So he says, I'm going to develop him. And, you know, it makes me laugh here. People talk about Arne Slot like he's going to leave Liverpool for Real Madrid and all that stuff. Arne Slot already mentioned to you guys, he likes player development. He likes to improve players and then, you know, take them to the, you know, the promised land. Real Madrid don't do that. Barcelona don't do that. It's instant success or nothing else. So he's going to be here for a long time. And the most important thing on top of that is, you know, this plan normally when a new manager comes in is a 5-year plan.
Yeah.
But it's not 5-year plan anymore. We're already up, brother.
Light it up. Light it up. Light it up.
So, fuck this, you know, sorry about the language. Forget about that, you know. 5 years, man. No,
yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah. Someone's good. You are right, man. Al-Zabi probably would have told him too.
Yeah.
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 That's another good one. The stadium first would have been meant more money coming in sooner, but club wanted the training facility first. Then I'm glad I gave it to him. Yeah. I mean, while they were finished, I think when they finished, in between Kenny Dalglish stand and is it a Anfield Road?
Oh, the one they fixed. Oh, they fixed
just
the main stand and the Anfield Road.
I
was actually in the Anfield Road when they opened it.
Okay.
They invited me. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful, nice. Huh?
Yeah.
In between those two, they put the AXA training center in there. Because I remember they were supposed to go right directly. They said we're gonna pause for real quick. There was some delays, so they had to, and then they put the AXA training center. They were done in what, 7 months? So it was quick. Yeah. And this guy say, I won't lie, Kwanzaa will do well. I want Kwanzaa and Elia to go to Germany or Spain. If they stay in England, they're not developing because they're not going to learn anything new.
Why don't we do something along the lines of learning players as well? Do you know what I mean? Quasi, if you think about it this way, yeah, we've got this relationship with the Redbirds, right? They're part ownership of FSG, right?
Yeah.
They own AC Milan. Why don't we ever do something like that?
That's the thing. I don't know what. Well, even though we are
playing a high level, then you know your performances will elevate, innit? So if you go to clubs like that instead of like the lower divisions or somewhere else, you know, the lower teams.
That's what I don't want. I don't want them to go to Crimea. Or if I see that, I will lose it. And that's something that we used to do a lot. That's why the players were not developing.
Something like that.
But you know, the funny thing with the Redbird thing, even though they are part of us, they still try to be independent of.
They're selling Reinders to Man City. I think like, come on, bro.
I'm like, why don't we use each other?
Man City didn't even want to sell Alvarez last season to us, and you're selling them players, man. Come on, man. It's annoying, man. It's just because they're part ownership of FSG. That means Liverpool is part of your clubs that you invest in. So I don't understand why you're doing things like that.
Yeah, what's the name? Schneider or whatever his name is. Yeah, I mean, even that guy, I don't think he's all right. He doesn't pull trees for me. I mean, and players that usually come from Italy don't survive too well. So we have history with that. Aquilani was
the worst.
Man. Oh my god!
We replaced that guy with Alonso. Come on, man.
Benitez started that fight, and he lost.
Yeah, wanted to get Gareth Barry.
He won Gareth Barry, and Alonso lost. He's like, okay, fine, I'm out. But yeah, man. Before we get out of here, what in terms of center backs, what are the players that you're looking at? You said Lukeba. I think Diamante will be another player.
Is there something out there with intelligence and pace and power and aerial ability that you know of? Because I like I said to you, I'm honest as it comes to Liverpool fan, guys. I used to be one of those people that's football life forever, but I watch Liverpool. So out there, I don't know nothing. Unless someone can tell me about a player to look at, then I will look at him, if you know what I mean, brother. Yeah, big up Rasta.
Big up Rasta Crab, another Bayesian family in the building. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Thank you. Thank you. I heard Friday, we're going to have a Friday Night Live. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Maddie, we fighting on site. I think Hincape, he's Casado brethren, Ecuador, I believe. He plays for Leverkusen. And the rumors that are coming out today is Baldi and Kwanzaa, the two center backs that Leverkusen are trying to get. So Kwanzaa is supposed to be the replacement for Ta. I don't know why they're looking at Baldi. You know what I mean? This guy comes in and he always starts fights. You just showed up. That's why you haven't heard about it. We talked about his goal a long time ago.
Really like the goal.
Real good goal. Real good goal. Especially against Argentina.
Ooh,
against Argentina.
World champions, man.
So Hancape, I think he was one of the center backs we were looking at last year. He's solid. He got speed. He's physical. Casado type of player. They like to, if we got to squabble, we squabble. That type of player. And if you remember, when we played them, what was the reason why Anislaw switched? Instead of playing Nunes, he played Diaz. Because he said these center backs are used to physicality. So he swapped to a false nine. So Nkape is one of them. You know what I mean? So the English Premier League would not, they're not going to bully him. He would love that kind of.
Oh, you like that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he loved that kind of tussle. So, what's the name? Rasta Crab is saying Ignacio wasn't linked with. Yeah, Ignacio. A lot of people talked about him last season when he was at Sporting.
Sporting.
Sorry, I said Sporto. Sporting. I think he's still there.
Yeah.
I would rather take his partner, Diamande, Usman Diamande, instead of him.
Okay.
Because Diamande is like Konate. Speed, power.
Like when people look at left-sided centre-backs, the history of left-sided centre-backs is not really amazing. Good players and all that stuff, but they always get injured. You know what I mean? So even Lukeba, I look at he's a big physical specimen, but he's got a lot of injuries, man. You know what I mean? So
that's the thing.
You look at the one at Tottenham, the Dutch boy, the one we wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The Tottenham.
I know what you're talking about. I forgot his name. Not white boy. But even the Argentina guy, same thing. If you are too physical, it brings it injury. And even, you know what? You just say something. Konate was the same thing.
Van der Ven, that's it. Van der Ven.
Van der Ven, yes. Konate was also the same thing. Too physical.
Yeah.
And he gets injured a lot. Yes, the last one was because of that Hendrick kid. But Virgil used to be known to be the same way. He used to be very injury prone because he was very, very physical. He throw his body around. When he came to Liverpool and he changed the way, he became more of a positional defender where he reads the game more rather than, those injuries did not go until that idiot tried to end his career.
Oh my God.
Right? So the center backs have to learn. Now you can't just be all physical. And who said it?
Yeah.
Paolo Maldini said, if you are your first initial decision is to go on the ground, you already lost.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think Virgil took that to heed.
That's more like a desperation.
Exactly. Last option, right?
Yeah.
So with me, center backs that I'm looking at, I want the next Matip.
Something like that. I like
That's the one. I'm even still. I was going to ask you, do you think we let Matip go a little bit too soon?
I don't think so, because a ligament injury at that age is long to recover from. It takes a long time to recover for that. You know what I mean? And we would have been waiting for him. Not only that, he could have got injured again. You know what I mean? Because he's a centre back. He's always going to go for physical challenges, if you know what I mean. So I think he left at the right time for his sake.
Yeah.
It showed after that when he left Liverpool, he wasn't retired, was he? So he retired straight after because he knew his body couldn't take him to where he wants to go anymore. So he retired. So yeah, we did the right thing about him. But the thing is, the wrong thing we didn't get a replacement for him. That's upsetting in my opinion. Even though Kwanzaa was coming through, we still needed another centre back, as important as Matip. Because if we had another centre back as important as Matip, maybe the Champions League results will be different. If you know what I mean. So that could have been played in.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but yeah, someone like Matip, I agree with you 100%. Something like that, like if you look at Matip, he didn't lose a lot of draws, down the years.
Matip,
and we got him for free. You know what I mean? So at some stage he was better than Van Dijk. A lot of people were saying.
Bro, I was just gonna say that. The year that Van Dijk was going for the Champions Ballon d'Or, that season is when we won the Champions League. Yeah. Matip looked way better than Van Dijk that season. It's just that Van Dijk has this aura that he makes everybody better. So it's easy for you to see, like, oh, we never see Matip play at that caliber.
Yeah.
Since until Van Dijk got there.
Yeah.
So it could, if you don't know Van Dijk, you'd be like, wow. Because the next year, who also took over? Gomez. And Gomez, out of everybody, was like, wait a minute. He's the best English center back out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why you have to give Virgil that praise of he makes whoever he plays better.
That's why
he's the best.
Highly regarded from a lot of the fan base. And I mean, because he's a very special player, my friend. Like I've seen Rio, I've seen obviously all those great defenders down the years. The only two that really impressed me the most is Van Dijk and Maldini. Because if you guys don't know Maldini very well, Maldini when he was at AC Milan was a right back. I mean, he wasn't a left back. What happened was the right back at the club was the captain, and it was easy to it was hard to displace him. So what Maldini did was he practiced with his left foot. He wasn't left foot.
He became a left back. Yeah,
he became a left back. That's intelligence at its best. You can't get into the team, but you got to find a way. That impressed me the most when I heard this story. I said, "Wow, this is why he's the best." Because they do extraordinary things.
And guess what? He went from left back to become a center back.
There you go, bro.
Dude, there's a video out there of Brazil versus Italy World Cup final, and Ronaldo gets the ball, and he goes through the Italian defense, dribble 1-2, and then when he gets close to the 18 ball, gets the two defenders that come at him, Cannavaro and Paulo Maldini. I said, I don't care who you are not going through those two people. You are not going through those two people. They will kill you, But he said, bring back Al Hassan.
I'll take him any day of the week, my friend. It's my childhood hero, man. I used to love Alan Hansen back in the day, man.
Me,
proper leader.
Paulo Maldini for me is I didn't, Beckenbauer you learn from history. I never watched Beckenbauer, but I watched him coach Germany win the World Cup, Italia 90.
Yeah.
But everybody will tell you Beckenbauer is probably the greatest center back of all time, the Kaiser. But the best defender I've seen on TV, Paulo Maldini.
Nothing better, man.
Paulo Maldini. That guy, oh my God. It was like, how can you, he will go total. You could dribble past him one time.
But not again.
But I said, you're never going to do it twice.
Even R9 struggled with him.
R9 doesn't struggle.
No.
You know what I mean? So when Paulo Maldini said he wished he had played with Virgil, I'm like, okay.
Stop it.
I'm like, okay. From now on, if anybody, I don't care who you are, unless you are Paulo Maldini, I'm not listening to you about criticism about Virgil. Yes, Virgil has his days. Sometimes like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But when we're talking about the best, Rio was a Rolls Royce. But even Rio looks at him like, brother, there's a reason why Rio has him on his show, I think 2 or 3 times, and because he knows.
Because at this age, Rio was gone, innit? He retired.
Oh, yeah, he was done.
This guy's still the best defender at this age. Crazy. Absolutely.
Bro, so when Arsenal fans try to rile you guys up and bring a guy by the name of Saliba, why do you guys even fall into that argument or even debate? Why? Why?
You made a good point there. I said it in my show earlier as well. The best medicine for rival fans is staying quiet.
Stay quiet.
It makes them even more angry, and they keep putting statements out there on Twitter, silly statements that people question. Did you really say that? Silence is the best. Is the best.
Bro, and right now, look at what Liverpool fans are doing. We are up, and I love this. Majority of Liverpool fans are listening. They are not listening to no rival fan right now.
No,
they're like, "Who are you? Who are you?" You know, we got rival fans say, "Oh, act like you've been here before." We're like, brother, you have never been here before, because guess what? If we buy this kid, this will be the record breaking, right?
Yep.
Record breaking means no one has ever done it. So don't tell us act like we've been here before, because we're creating something that nobody has done it.
Yeah.
So Liverpool fans, you don't need to be debating peasants. You are royalty, you know? And this guy said, and Kabak says, and Paulo made defending look so effortlessly. That's why. You know, defending could be exciting, rough tackles, you know, sliding like Pepe and Sergio Ramos.
It could also be an art, you know what I mean?
But it could be an art.
Yeah.
And the way the game is moving, it's about, you know, goals. The game is more set up for attackers. So the defenders have to be twice as sharp.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be tackling like you used to back in the day anymore. You know, so yeah, man. Fuzzy, what you got coming up, man?
I'm on every day now, my friend. I'll go on my channel every day now. I'll be back tomorrow 2:00 again on LFC Reds Forever channel. I'm just enjoying it, BD. I'm back to, you know, especially being champions, you know what I mean? It helps a lot. I mean, smiling every time, taking the piss out of it. Yeah, so yeah, listen, whenever you need me, I'm here, bro. Like if you ever need me, so yeah, I'm back.
Shoot. We got a bomber. We got a bomber, people. We got a bomber. Let me share it.
Go on.
We got a bomber. I mean, if this does not tell you what's going on, come on.
Oi.
Hey. Somebody said not his real social hater. Oh my goodness. Somebody said that's not his real social. Okay, fine. Messing up for the rest of us. It's still coming.
Yeah,
but the next one has to be Isak. I'm gonna be on that soapbox until Isak or Alvarez shows up.
We need a striker, my friend.
We need a striker. Hey, Nesta was no joke.
Oh, Nesta was brilliant. But Maldini was different gravy, though.
Yeah, Maldini was this. See, this is the thing.
You could even put Baresi. Baresi is the head of Nesta, and Baresi was the leader. I mean, he was the captain for like the likes of Maldini, all that stuff. So if you look back further, that guy was amazing defender as well.
Man, when we see, that's the thing. When you're talking about levels, it's very hard to say who's the better, who's not. You know, Messi is great. But if you put him around Ronaldinho and R9, then it just becomes your preference and your favorite.
Exactly. It's different times, isn't it? If you look
different times.
If you look at football, like in general, like if you look at when R9 and Ronaldinho and all these players were playing, there was great defenders around. It's like one of the guys I was speaking about that when he was in my channel, I asked him a simple question. I could name you 10 great defenders in my era and back in the 90s and obviously around that time.
Yeah.
I just asked him name me 5. He just gave me Van Dijk and Saliba, and that's it.
Yeah.
There you go.
And before we get out here, let me say something about what someone good is saying. Rival fans know it's over. We put Isak out of the door or Alvarez come through the door. It's over. They already give it up.
Yeah.
It would have been, they would have got it hoping that something really catastrophic, another pandemic happened before they can do anything.
Exactly.
But right now, it's getting really, 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 really rough for a lot of rival fans. They're trying so hard.
Oh, goodness.
They're trying so hard. So guess what? When the season starts, when is Wirtz gonna score his first goal? That's what they will say. Okay,
Oh,
that will be what they will say.
Oh, you haven't played anybody.
Yeah, that's what they will say. Unbelievable. Anyway, man, big up to ManDem. It seems like my ex channel they just cut me off from X. Everybody just dropped off. But big up to ManDem, man. Thank you, Fuzzy, for coming to help me.
Anytime, bro.
Anytime. We'll be back. Hopefully, we will come back with another bomber. You know, Keckers is not the bomber. There's a bigger one in the chamber Liverpool's working on. I promise you guys, it's coming. It's coming. But big up to ManDem. Please go to my brother's channel. Go to the Bajan TV. Go to Anfield, Irishman Anfield, or Anfield Irishman. I always mess it up. My apologies, Brian.
Anfield Irishman, yeah.
Anfield Irishman. Go subscribe. Big up to all the brethren, man. We appreciate you guys. Yeah, man. Celebrate. Peace. Hey.